Hola, cage fighting connoisseurs. This is KidNativeBloodyElbow.com, joined once again by the inevitable, the ineffable, the ineluctable Eugene S. Robinson, author of Fight, Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About Ass Kicking. We're afraid to get your ass kicked for asking. Eugene, this is the Kim Out Care preview for UFC 198. Please, the disclaimer.
Crybabies, bedwetters. This has less to do with your skills and talents as a human being or a fighter, and much more to do with the marketing heft and weight put behind you by Zuffa, the bald one, your parent organization. You want to get off the don't care list, fight an exciting fight. Until then, don't come crying to us, crybabies and bedwetters. Well, there are people who've made it off the don't care list, so it is possible.
It can be done. It can be done. So, Paul Felder.
I'm hearing rumors is on the edge of a retirement. You know?
Well, easy come, easy go in the MMA world. Hard come, easy go. So, we've got UFC 198 in Brazil, biggest Brazilian UFC show yet. The proverbial stadium show. They have stacked it as much as they could, and it is quite a stacked card. In the old days, we would have been looking forward to this one for weeks.
My question is this a Hail Mary attempt to save Brazilian MMA?
I don't think you can really save Brazilian MMA since the whole effing country is circling the drain. Yeah. There's bigger forces at play here. And so, it's definitely an all-in to save their deal with Globo, I think. But
okay.
So we'll see. But we've got 4 fights on Fight Pass, 4 fights on Fox Sports 1, and then 5 fights on pay-per-view. And that's Saturday night. This Saturday, May 14th. All right, so 4 fights on Fight Pass. First up, featherweights. Ronaldo.
Well, hold on. I mean, I think it should be noted. I think something very serious should be noted here, that this is also the same night as the fucking Bellator fight.
Yes, but the Bellator fight card is exceedingly weak, and we don't care. Do you care?
I got tickets, man.
You got tickets. You're going live and in person.
I'm live in person, so pretty much the lady's out of town, so it's perfect. Taking the kid, I'll go to see all of the Bellator things and rush home and then watch all of the UFC. If my friend Georgie B can set me up, that's the plan.
Well, that sounds exciting. I'm sure if you're in the area, Bellator is probably the best cage fighting in the vicinity. But if you're watching on TV, I usually Bellator's supporter or whatnot, but they put up one of their weakest cards against one of the best UFC cards, so I don't care.
Why would they do that? That's who counter-programmed whom?
I don't know. I think in the past they've found that if they go directly up against the UFC night, there's more attention paid to MMA in general, and so that they get some of the scraps. Plus, I think there's still a lot of people who think the UFC is on Spike TV, so they're benefiting from inertia. And,
so coattailing, I like
yes, it. The fog of OxyContin and whatnot amongst the American viewing public. All right. So, let's talk about featherweight. Trinaldo Moicano versus Zubaira Tukhugov.
Yeah, okay. The fact that you stumbled over Toucan Sam there at the end, I think that says it all.
Stumbling, mumbling, bumbling, we don't care. All right, welterweight. Sergio Moraes versus Luan Chagas.
Who?
Luan Chagas.
I'm joking. I don't care. Sergio Moraes maybe, but not. I can't. Yeah.
This smacks of late substitute given the no wiki entry for the opponent. All right, now we've got lightweight. Yancy Medeiros against Francisco Trinaldo.
Yeah, I care.
You care because?
Well, Yancy has come up before mostly because of the transitive quality of cuckolding. Do you remember this?
Do tell.
Oh, you're just trying to lure me into another Donna Shalala? You don't remember this?
I don't, I remember the transitive property of cuckolding, but I don't remember the link to Yancy Medeiros.
Just some woman I was messing around with said at a certain point, that her new boyfriend was named Yancy, and then it was that telltale pause where she says, Yancy, don't you? And, it was like one of those warnings that comes through the mist of time, like as a man, tonally, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think that's a bear in the cave, but I'm not sure. You're going through the memory banks and you can't remember. Yes, of course you remember Yancy because you were having sex with his wife, and I'm like, oh. Stepped into that one. Of course, I don't remember Yancy.
I see. So are you going to pick your snow brother? Or?
No, he's a gift.
Yeah, he's a gig, and Trinaldo's got a win streak going, although a tedious win streak.
How do you like that? How do you like, man? You know how hard you got to fight for a win to have us dismiss it as a tedious, but I think it's a safe bet.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm here, a fan. I'm paying my money. I'm calling it like I see it.
That's not like that guy on Knuckle Up tried to give me a hard time for talking about this weekend's UFC Fight Night 87 as being a mad fight. He goes, look, 42 is the cat's name, and he's like, if you're a professional MMA journalist would have found something to talk about. I was like, well, when I find a professional MMA journalist, I'll ask him. Until then, I'm going to defend the fact that the next day, if I bought some bunk drugs, I got the right to complain about the bunk drugs I bought.
Exactly, especially because you're sober enough to complain, which is
correct.
Always
well, actually, now I am.
Yeah, now you're yeah. Anyway,
yeah,
all right.
How do you like that? 18 million texts from me Sunday night. Each one followed by never mind.
After the Saturday night Canelo fight, and then the Sunday morning UFC, and the long day, and the whole weekend of parenting, I went to bed nice and early Sunday night, and so blissfully slept through your texts. And then I saw the video completed before I even saw the text, so I didn't even...
good. So it's easy. So then hold on. Sorry, I should know this. It's sad that I don't. What happened with the Canelo fight?
He knocked out Amir Khan in, I believe, the 6th round.
Nice. Okay. So, I knew somebody had gotten knocked out because I've seen the picture, but I couldn't remember. Ooh.
Yeah, my role on an event like that, since I don't cover the boxing, I basically ban spammers for hours at a time, and then help people set up Facebook Live videos and YouTube videos and such. So, not like I was on the front lines of the fight. All right, so now we're to the featured fight.
Oh, who's your pick? You picking Trinaldo as well?
I'm not picking anybody on that fight.
You care, but no pick.
I didn't say I cared. I said it was going to be tedious.
You said it was going to be he's had on a tedious win streak, and then you actually pulled shy of actually. So you don't care.
No,
okay.
Sorry guys.
Right,
it's yeah.
All right.
All right, but now we've got to care. What the heck is this doing on Fight Pass fight? Light heavyweight Patrick Cummins, former Starbucks barista, against one of the true legends of the sport, Antonio Rogerio Nogueira. How the mighty have fallen.
Man, oh man. This
is a care, right?
Yeah, it's a care.
Because we're old. Antonio's old.
You know what? I mean, when you saw this fight, when you saw this matchup, please, I'm guessing your reaction was maybe the same as mine. Like, what? Wait, what? That was my reaction, I thought dude was retired. Oh, that's the other one. That's the other
twin brother.
Oh my God. And then I realized that the dude was Major Tom, and that's the earmark of somebody who's been Major Tom. You just forgot they're out there. I just forgot he was out there. He's out there calling Houston. Nobody's picking up. Dude is out there. By the way, speaking of out there,
Old Man Jiu-Jitsu. Where can we get these T-shirts?
You can't. That's the cool thing about it.
I see. You have to peel it off your back, huh?
Yeah. You had to order before the guy. Greg Kosinovich, guy who trains here, was the one who came up with the genius idea. You could prevail upon him on Facebook, but I don't know if
I see.
He got tired of running to the post office. So, but anyway. So I had forgotten dude was out there, and I'm not sure what it means that he's no longer, that he's been called back to base station. I don't know what that means, except for the fact that they've got a stacked Brazil card. Hey, what do you think? Little Nog, is he going to win or not against Cummins?
No, he's not going to win.
Okay, all right. The Brazilian guy here goes like this.
Hey, I hope yes.
He hopes.
I hope he yes.
Yeah, I hope at 35 cents will get you nothing. So we care, but you're gonna pick Cummins?
Yeah, sadly.
Me too.
Brazil people care.
Yeah, because it's a strong wrestling base, So there is a chance that he could knock Cummins out. But when has he ever done this? When has Little Nog?
It's been a while since Little Nog really.
It's been handy.
Yeah. He got, I think, a knockout right when he first came to the UFC. But yeah, and now that they finally had the Shogun Little Nog rematch the last time out, I have nothing to bitch about with Little Nog. My Little Nog card is punched. I've seen all the Little Nog I feel like I need to see. I owe him great gratitude for all the great fights and the legacy of the Brazilian top team back in the Pride days and supporting his big brother's great career or his twin brother. Big Nog. And, thanks so long. Thanks for the memory.
Isn't this the curse of being a twin where he could be like, hey, I'm not retired. He's retired. And then he have everybody say, well, you should be retired.
Yeah,
how does that taste? That's got to be a drag, man.
Pretty much. And also having a twin who, held the Pride belt, held the UFC belt, and, Little Nog never really held any of those belts.
I think about that when I think of Evangelisto Cyborg Santos.
Thinking about his ex-wife being that big star. And
he came out recently to defend her as well. And then I just started to think, man, this Star is Born stuff. And he's defending her in a way that's not necessarily helping. I don't think he's like, the UFC blackballed her for you. You know what? We're trying to turn a page here, buddy. Trying to turn a page. Thanks for your help. It's a day late, dollar short. Just float on, please.
At least he didn't crash his Ferrari like Chris Christopherson did at the end of the Stars Born remake.
I'm going back with James Mason, man.
James Mason just wasted a pair of swim trunks at the end of the movie as he drowned himself in the ocean. A much more, I think, fitting end. All right, so moving on to the Fox Sports 1 card. Bantamweight, John Lineker versus Rob Font.
Yep, I care.
Yeah, because of Lineker.
Yeah, because of Lineker.
Because Font, I don't care about. Sorry, Font, but I don't.
Yeah.
The name is kind of memorable, but.
Yeah, well, he's there's some what's his fight nickname?
I don't know. Typeface? I don't know.
Yeah, you see, I'm going the same way. I'm working on that. I'm working on that very precisely. So but you feel okay about Lineker?
Are you trying to bait me into picking Lineker? Is that what you're saying?
Lineker is Brazilian, man.
I know.
He's been put here for.
And he's got a 3-fight win streak. Hell yeah, I feel good about picking him.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my pick as well. So
you can still pick him.
Yeah. So you care and you're picking Lineker.
Yes.
Hey, Sorrel, is it Lineker or Lineker? Lineker.
Lineker.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Did anybody mention that I went 6-0 on my picks last week?
I was waiting for that. Man, I respected your restraint because you know if it had been me, I would have started out. It would have been 15 solid minutes of bloating.
I don't believe in future predicting. That's a sucker's game. And I wasn't taking it seriously until the smart cat started counting everything. And now you see I'm roaring back 5-1 one week, 6-0 the next week.
I like that. Now, I was just goofing off before. I didn't realize today was a work day. I thought it was a play day.
Exactly.
Now I'm serious.
I decided today I think I'm going to change my name from Kid Nate to King Nate. So just FYI.
You know what? Following in the steps of ODB, I think that works, man.
Yeah, I think it's time. It might be time.
Sadly, I'm still just Eugene, but I've never had a real nick. I've become close to
Eugene S.
Nah, people. My nickname in elementary school used to be Huge. People used to call me Huge.
His friends call him Gene. So if you meet him in public,
don't do that, buddy. You get hurt. So huge, and then in high school it migrated to Stooge, and then Stoogene.
Stoogene. I like that.
And then when I was a lifeguard, the little Puerto Rican kids would call me Jugene. Because as they pronounced it, and then when I owned a record store, all the punk rock kids called me Jugene.
Yeah, because of the haggling.
I'm guessing, people. You own a store, everybody wants something for free.
Yeah, that's everybody wants something, Eugene.
Everybody wants some. How about you? Look at this. Look at this.
Whose ass did you put that up?
He just asked me whose ass I put this up. You see what?
That's
see what I got to put up with? Yeah, you guys. You don't know.
Yeah, some guys you put your thumb up their ass, they just wiggle around. Some people roll, break your thumb. That's the counter, the little known counter to the Sandusky thumb move.
All
right.
Jopa, man. He pulled a William Casey, but not enough to get beyond the long arm of the law, man.
Did you see that they've been paying settlements on that shit for 41 years since 1970?
Yeah,
and the current president of Penn State comes out and we don't need to respond to these rumors and allegations. You're talking about sworn court testimony that your ass paid money.
Yeah.
This
is something I file under because he was white. It's like that Eddie Murphy skit.
Because he was a gifted linebacker coach. If you could win a national championship for your team, Eugene, carte blanche, all the little boys you want. coach.
How many national championships has Africa Bambaataa won?
Hey, Planet Rock was like a national championship, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? Like the musical equivalent of a national championship?
I don't know, man. He's getting what's coming to him, you know.
Is he? I haven't heard any more about it. So
we all 5 more guys lined up. They came out.
Man.
You know, the thing is, it has a dint of truth because it's not like African Bambaataa is rolling deep. You know, how much money does that guy have from Planet Rock? You know, it's just
he
like,
probably didn't get any in the first place. I think he was on Tommy Boy Records, wasn't he? Are they notorious for because they're a record company?
Yeah, right.
I mean, you know, like that's the first thing you learn in the record company business class. Step 1: don't bother paying the musicians. They're high anyway.
Right. What are they gonna do with the money? All right, man. We'll see. So I mean, you know, it's good to talk a tough game. But I remember when I was like 11 years old and I was walking my dog, and I see out of the corner of my eye some kind of motion. And I was like, what is it? I go, oh man, somebody's having sex. You know, you're 11, 12 years old. This is a big point of interest too. You know. And there's a guy on my block who was a real prick, this guy, Ernest. And I go, oh, shit. It was Ernest's house. It was Ernest's front yard. But it was in the dark, so it was like maybe 7:30. So the sun had just set. And it was like in the corner of the brownstones, you know, have rounded fronts, so by the corner. And it was the telltale motion of humping. And I'm like peering there with the dog because I'm thinking.
The trailers are rocking.
I'm thinking Ernest they got some sexy girl there. You know, Ernest was older than I was. So I was like 12, he was like 17. And the light shifts a little bit, and I see it's his developmentally disabled fucking nephew or something. And our cousin, this little boy, who must have been about 8, 9, something like that. And I was like, oh shit.
And
Ernest was about 17.
And Ernest is the one with the...
Yeah, screwing his 8 or 9 year old.
That is fucked up.
It's fucked up, you know, but given this was like such a different...
So what did Captain America do in this case, Sir Galahad?
Well, it was such a different time. I mean, you know, this is the same time when the fucking milkman got stabbed, man. You know, the neighborhood had a milkman. He got stabbed and people stole his milk money. It was, you know, junkies were coming back from Vietnam. It was the 70s, right? And I just kind of, oh shit, that's Ernestine's cousin. I forget the cousin's name, and I was like, well, I got to get home. I was 12, man. I didn't even go to my mom and say, hey, I just saw Ernest having sex, I think, with his cousin. Oh yeah, I just didn't know what the fuck to do. I guess I just figured it was part of sanctioned behavior in his household. I didn't, you know.
Yeah, I think today we'd say you were a victim too.
Yeah, well, you know,
you're one of the victims. You're still dealing with the emotional trauma.
I liked the cousin. I hated Ernest, but you know.
Well, it seems like Ernest was I think, loathsome scumbag. Is that too?
Ernest was this really handsome kid, and he had all the adults in the neighborhood snowed, but all the kids knew he was a fuckhead, you know, and he had his parents showered him with money and things and the nicest clothes and really Prince Lord Fauntleroy, you know, but he was breaking into people's. He's why we had the skylights where we had to put bars over the skylights because he was dropping into the skylights, robbing only on that side of the street, right? It had to be somebody who had access to his skylight. I knew it was Ernest from the beginning, but I'm hoping now he's in jail because that guy was the kind of bad that never gets better.
Yeah, well, it sounds like he'd fit right in the penal system. All right, so
emphasis on penal.
I thought you were going to let that slide. Anyway, all right, so middleweight, Thiago Santos and Nate Marquardt.
Oh, I care.
We care. And you have a pick?
Thiago Santos and Nate Marquardt. That's not the answer I'm looking for. It's going to be nice. It's not the answer I'm looking for.
Going to be nice. Is it going to be nice?
He's already older.
Yeah, he's
Chicago,
yeah.
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 How long did he on your feet?
Yeah. He's saying what I was thinking, which is for Nate, it's over.
Yeah. He's had some moments, but I got to go with Thiago too.
Yeah. He's.
So you got Dream Crusher making your picks for you now?
Yeah, you know, typically his picks are dead wrong, so it's under advisement. But the fact that he paused and thought about it means that this Brazilian Thiago might have a chance, Santos. So
I see. All right, so moving right along, welterweight, Warlley Alves versus Bryan Barberena.
We've gone through Barberena before.
We don't care about Barberena. I care about Warlley Alves.
Really?
Yeah, I'm becoming interested. I'm not quite a fan, but I'm interested.
So you care?
I do care. And that does not oblige me to make a pick.
Okay, so this is one of the unbound delegates. Even though Smirk said he was going to count the unbound delegate.
You're the one that started making up picks and claiming they didn't count, but Smart counted.
I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck about. The ones I didn't care about, Reza, and I split it. Reza and Waters, I didn't give a fuck. I won one, lost one, but I mean, I don't care about this.
It was the rest of your picks where you fell on your face.
No. The only one who I feel fucked by, you know who?
I do. Tumanov.
He broke the magical spell, the Dagestani, Chechenian, Belarusian, Georgian spell. He fucking broke.
Probably pissed off Allah somehow, don't you think? I don't want to look into what he did.
Yeah. So I don't give a shit about this fight, but it should be noted that you did pick. Hold on, what's your pick?
I picked Warlley Alves.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got a hot streak going. I feel good about it. All right, now we come to the headliner of the Fox Sports 1 prelims. And this one, I think, is a headliner by any measure. Welterweight, Demian Maia versus Matt Brown.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Matt Brown in some time.
Yeah, and that makes me suspicious. First of all, I care. So we care, right?
You care. What Dream Crusher work with Matt Brown, who's got a history of scuffles with his jiu-jitsu coaches?
Dream Crusher, I don't know if you've ever read the guy's resume, but he was like multiple Brazilian national champ.
So he's not worried if Matt Brown tries to stiff him?
Yeah, he would say, come to the school and we'll work it out. It was great. He had wrist surgery and he started rolling the other day. He was rolling the other day with somebody who's semi-famous. And the guy who was semi-famous said, come on, don't fuck around, don't go easy on me. And I was like, you shouldn't have said that. Yeah, because all the dirty, filthy things I do, I learned from this guy. And it's like seconds after he says that, the guy is like screaming, and Sorrell is digging the elbow in his eye socket, and just fucking him up. It's a pirate ship, and that's where I got it from.
I see. Do you have to pay extra?
I should call it SJJ instead of EJJ.
Do you have to pay extra for the not taking it easy on you lesson?
No, you don't have to pay extra. All you have to do is ask. It's gracious.
I see. So, Demian Maia, Matt Brown. It's been almost a year since Matt Brown fought, July of 2015.
Yeah, but this is one that you got to judge on its merits in a really weird way, because Matt Brown has been a mighty force, but there's been stumbles, there's been depletion. I don't think his head is gone. I think that he has a pretty good sense of where he is, and he'll defend that turf super aggressively. I see him having enough jiu-jitsu smarts to get out of bad jiu-jitsu situations. He's got heavy hands, and my gutty what's have me leaning toward him, because the history of loss is greater on Maia's side.
Come on home, Eugene. I think you want to make that call. You want to pick Matt Brown.
Yeah, but you can never underestimate, usually
Matt Brown. Matt Brown.
No, usually I say you can never underestimate the hometown thing, right? The guy gets
Stop putting you down for Matt Brown. Is that
Hey, Matt Brown, Demian Maia. What do you say?
He's going to pick Demian Maia.
Yeah, he picked Demian. Yep.
You have to think about it.
No, I'm a jiu-jitsu head, man. I think I got to go with Demian. He says he's a way better fighter. It's got nothing to do with jiu-jitsu. Matt Brown's tough, but no, I don't see. I see the deck is stacked in Maia's favor.
I could see a scenario in which Brown knocks Maia the fuck out. However, to do that, he's got to get him in the clinch. And if you're in the clinch with Demian Maia, you're probably going down pretty quickly. And if you're on the ground with Demian Maia, you're in deep trouble.
But Demian Maia doesn't have clocks at home that run backwards either. But I'm picking Maia.
I got to go with Maia here. All right, so now we're to the pay-per-view card. Time is money at this point, Eugene. Time is money. Light heavyweight, Mauricio Shogun Hua versus Corey Anderson. Shogun, is this his last stop before the Hall of Fame and retirement, or does he have what it takes to beat the young blood Corey Anderson?
How does that make you? How does that make you feel when you hear his name? That's like
Shogun, anxious and sad.
Yeah, I'm not feeling really super fucking positive.
No,
and I mean, and the thing is, you're right. This is the last rung on the ladder. I mean, Corey Anderson. You know,
Corey's going places.
Yeah, I just don't like. I don't find it's.
Have you ever liked anybody named Corey that you've ever known in your life?
I need to think about that. But I find his style inelegant. But fucking man, I gotta go with the. I would feel bad and sad picking against Shogun here because I want the guy to go out on a fucking high note. I just can't. I can't.
An old Shogun would have eaten Corey Anderson for breakfast.
Yeah, but that guy is gone, man.
Yeah, those knees left a long time ago.
You know what? I'm gonna pick Shogun. I got it. I
gotta pick Shogun.
I gotta go with the old dude thing.
I gotta prey on your sentimentality, Eugene. I gotta pick Corey Anderson.
All right, good. Do it.
You put me in this position where, just for honor, I'm doing things that shame me.
I'm gonna be sad no matter what,
pride.
right? To have the guy go out the way he's gone out, and you know, but
I'm sacrificing honor for pride is what I'm doing. Empty, vainglorious pride.
Yeah, I got a question for you. What's the difference between pride and shame?
Pride and shame?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, pride is when you're proud of something, and shame is when you're ashamed of something. So,
people say pride goes before a fall, but then they talk about somebody, having no shame.
Having no shame.
I've been thinking
absence of shame.
I've been thinking about this for the past couple of days. The philosophical connections between pride and shame, and I haven't been able to come up to any strong conclusions.
Coin, two sides of.
I wonder, is it?
I think it might be.
I'm gonna think about it some more, but I submit it to the community. Differences between pride and shame. Think about it. Leave it in the comments, please.
Yeah, tell us what you think. All right, and now we get to the fight that some people said would never happen in the UFC. I think those people were Dana White and Lorenzo Fertitta, but here we are. Catchweight, 140 pounds, women's fight. Cris Cyborg versus Leslie Smith.
Yeah. A big, giant care.
Massive care. First time Cris Cyborg, possibly the greatest women's fighter in MMA history.
Mm-hmm. And I talked about it on Knuckle Up about how I thought she had been Sean shirked, And I remember when Sean was training at AKA and he was talking to Javier Mendez. He's like, look, he's way too dangerous for the top guys to take him seriously. And then the guys who are below him don't want to fucking risk having their upward rise stalled. So he was like Cain, in the Bible, just wandering the land, not able to get. Yeah, and I sort of felt the same way about Cyborg. She's a virtual friend of Knuckle Up. I took my daughters to see her when she was doing pre-fight training session. When Strike Force was in existence. And super nice to my daughters. Got some pictures. It's. I think chum is a correct word to describe Leslie Smith.
That's harsh but fair. I have to pick Cris Cyborg, and I do care, and I'm looking forward to about 30 seconds of vicious, brutal mayhem. And I used to really feel squeamish about seeing women getting beaten in the octagon, but at this point, I guess I'm hardened.
we got a response here, guys. I was always told the difference between pride and shame was breakfast in the morning.
That is a good distinction. Nice. Speaking of breakfast in the morning, I completely punked myself today. I went out. I've been good on my diet and my exercise. I had a dental appointment, so I snuck out and brought some cookie dough to have for breakfast with my tea during the show. And I hid it brilliantly somewhere in the refrigerator and couldn't find it. So I emailed my wife and was like, did you have a cookie dough intervention? Is there vigilante justice going on? And she said, you played yourself. You're lost in a hall of mirrors. And
you should know by now, you can never ask You know,
No, you should never rat yourself out, but it's
if
just
your
like
heroin is gone, you just go out and buy new heroin. That's all.
that is really yes. That I've learned that lesson now, and yeah. So
you should have seen me at 3 a.m. eating apple pie.
Eating apple pie.
I had a reason for it.
I'll tell you.
I had a reason for it. My back.
Because you were drunk.
No, I wasn't drunk last night. My back hurt so badly I couldn't sleep. So I got to wake up. I got to need 3 hours of sleep before I get up to start training. I'm going to take some aspirin. But I can't have the aspirin burn a hole in my stomach, so I got to put something in with it. I
had to
eat that apple pie at 3 in the morning.
Any doctor would recommend extra.
At least my doctor would.
Did he recommend some ice cream on top?
Nah, I couldn't find the ice cream in the murk of 3 in the morning. You know, Popeye's looking at me like, "What the fuck? What the fuck? How come I'm not eating at 3 in the morning?" No.
Yeah, Popeye doesn't get cut in on the late night sneaking.
No, sneak nothing, man. I marched in there. You know,
marched in there, grown man in his own house eating. Yeah.
You know, life with animals is tough, man. I ran to the bathroom to take a piss in the middle of the night. The cat is sitting on the toilet, like on top of it. It's like, get them. I got.
This is the deaf cat?
No, not the deaf cat. The one that I tried to kill that my old lady rescued from the feral cats in the neighborhood. I said, I don't want another cat. I don't want it. Let it die. She was like, I can't believe you're saying that. Fuck it. It's a way of nature. If I can save it, why what? I did, you know. So it was a big thing in the household for a bit. I
see. So you just pissed on the cat?
No, I swatted it, and he flew into the bathtub, and I got the top up in time.
I see. All right. Well, so that's probably how the Cris Cyborg Leslie Smith fight is expected to go.
Exactly. Swatted into the bathtub, piss in the pot. That's it.
Yeah, that's the plan. All right. So now we've got another fight. I can't believe he's in the middle of the card, and I'm not talking about Uriah Hall here. Middleweight legend Anderson Silva, 3 down on the card.
Hey man. You know what? You know who's not bothered by it? Anderson Silva's not bothered by it. You know what? You know, it's like,
is that because he invested all his money in the Brazilian real? And
it's like, call me anything you want, just don't call me late for dinner.
I think he lost his McDonald's sponsorship though.
Yeah, maybe. You know, I mean, dude, you know what? I'm at you ever see that movie On Golden Pond?
Of course.
Okay. So this is you know.
Yeah, I think I saw a double feature with Kramer versus Kramer. How I don't have a brain tumor, I don't know.
I Kramer versus Kramer. Yeah.
Middlebrow schmaltz at its worst. All right. So
the best part was I found out that those two really hated each other.
Meryl Streep and Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah, in real life they hated each other. So.
I heard that Jane Fonda and Henry Fonda really hated each other.
But that's father-daughter stuff.
And that Kate Hepburn hated them both.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know, some guy wrote me. My Night with a Nazi thing. The guy is a filmmaker, and he took interest in my father's story, which I talked about tangentially, of being essentially a bass player for the CIA. And he was like, "That would make a great story." You know, I said, "Look, I'm not in touch with my father. You know, we're estranged." And he was like, "Yeah, but if you could have said, hey, man, I'd like to help you with your movie, but it's not gonna happen. It's easy enough to find him. We have the same name." He was like, "Well, is he the journalist?" I go, "Stop it. What the fuck? The journalist is 6 years older than me. What the fuck? Come on." You know, he goes, "Well, he's not the football player." I go, "And he's not the gay bishop either. Figure it out, man."
Back to the drawing board.
I told you what he does for a job. I told you he's a professor. Easy enough to find. Don't fuck around with me, you know. And so the guy goes, I'm sorry. I'll find him. You know, so.
Oh well. So Anderson Silva, Uriah Hall. We've had a lot of gum flapping. We haven't had a pick.
I'm gonna have to pick Silva, man. It's a sentimental pick for me. I stand behind it 100%, and I'm going to say that the glamour,
the legendary champion beats the Gicta.
Yep. Yeah.
That's.
And also, I'm going to say part of Anderson Silva beating Uriah Hall is Uriah Hall just being, I can't believe I'm here. Look at.
Yeah.
It's when I was playing Tekken. This guy.
He's probably going to try to high five Anderson Silva after a good exchange and learn real quick that that's not a good idea.
Yeah, not in Brazil. No. You know.
The whole plan here is obviously for Uriah Hall to get over on Anderson Silva. And
yeah, except for the fact that doesn't really serve anybody's purpose, because how many fights does Anderson Silva have left on his contract? Like 7, 5?
yeah, but how many are they actually going to happen? I mean, there's 2, 3 tops. And if you can't beat Uriah Hall, they got nothing for him.
Yeah,
they
got nothing. And a Uriah Hall loss, that's all right. He'll survive. He still has flashes.
Yeah, but if he wins, then they can really start, trying to pump up Uriah Hall. They can.
You think they trust him enough?
I think they're desperate. I think they got limited options.
And also, they have to think of a plan for.
It's like Saturday night when Lorenzo's texting ring girls or tweeting at ring girls. You can't always. What am I saying?
That's right. I remember that. No, anyway, they have to have something for Chris Weidman to do.
Yeah, that's true.
If Weidman can't, based on the number of, but if Weidman can't get by Rockhold the second go around, what the hell is he going to do, and what are they going to do with him? They can't let him go. He's got to have somebody. So, Uriah Hall, it's a nice setup for him. Win or lose, he's okay. The guy who has something to lose really is Anderson Silva on this one.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, who wants to go out like Colonel Kurtz, or Colonel?
And especially losing to Uriah Hall, who I'm sure Anderson Silva can just smell is not a champion. I bet Anderson Silva. Don't you think? I'm right about this. A champion at the level of Anderson Silva can probably spot future champions just from the psychic vibrations they're putting off.
I think that's what doomed him against Weidman. Weidman's level of true belief going into the exchange was like, I mean, he had the number. He's like, Dream Crusher said it earlier. Brazil's not good in wrestling. Yep. There's no way that given his caliber as a wrestler that Chris Weidman ever believed that Anderson Silva would be able to get away with that shit on him.
But it was his striking that made the difference. That was where Chris Weidman.
Strangely enough, yep.
Yeah. But the wrestling gave him the confidence. But also, I think a few years at Nova União might have helped Anderson with that whole thing, but he never fought that way. Anyway, so we're both picking Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
Well, nobody wants to grab some ground by picking Uriah Hall. It's there.
I like Uriah Hall, man, but he's the whole head thing. Look, he lost to fucking Kelvin Gastelum, right?
Kelvin can be dangerous.
Can be.
Yeah. All right.
So can I.
Indeed. All right. So, middleweight, Vitor Belfort versus Ronaldo Jacare Souza.
Oh, Souza all the way. Known associate, almost a friend of Knuckle Up, not quite. Souza is fucking powerful. No old man is beating him. Do you concur? Fucking Jacare and Belfort.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. He says fuck.
Yeah. Do you remember when Couture beat Vitor so bad that they called that style of beating the Belfortine for a while? When you get held up, pinned down against the cage, and your face turns into a blood pie.
5 minutes, Jacare wins.
He says the first 5 minutes, Jacare wins. So.
That's the first 5 minutes, Jacare.
Oh, he says if he goes past the first 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah. Well, and I'm guessing he's not got any TRT exemption now, so,
I think the glory days, the dream is over for Vitor and his, So, although we still have the Brazilian Commission, they haven't put anything in the International Monetary Fund and whatnot, are putting all.
You know what? It was super interesting this UFC Fight Night 87, man, to look at Overeem's physique. It's like
it's a little soft, wasn't it? Kind of look like me.
Man. It's a human physique now. It's like I had no idea how much he was taking until I saw him on Sunday, and I was like, "Whoa, dude!"
Yeah,
bodybuilder levels of
no.
Shit.
Zane and I in the 6-round show were saying that that Overeem, personally, I feel like Overeem should have been given an exemption in the name of science to do whatever he wants, just document it.
Yeah. I would really like to know, actually. I mean, that's the thing with bodybuilders. If you got some of these guys, famous pro guys, if you got them alone, like you're in Venice, most of them would actually talk to you about what they were taking.
First and foremost, they're scientists, right? They want to share their knowledge and they're contributing to the human progress.
And if you look at it in terms of Mohammed Ben Aziza, a bodybuilder who died from diuretics. All of well-publicized steroid deaths that weren't connected to roid rages and then being stabbed by or shot by your your also raging partner had to do with diuretics, not steroids themselves. And outside of Arnold having a heart valve replacement, we're not seeing a lot of It could be like the secret scourge of cocaine, which I've called the most dangerous recreational drug ever. Where just people are dropping dead and they're not connecting the deaths to cocaine. Like Rick James, come on, man. David Bowie, come on, man.
David Bowie had cancer, dude. I mean, I think that was cocaine cancer.
He during his thin white Duke era,
he did tons of cocaine. Nobody's arguing that.
Tons, and he had heart problems, and then this stuff. Yeah, of course.
I've never.
82% of the cancers are connected to environmental things you're rubbing on your skin.
But I've yet to see anybody connect cocaine.
And he smoked.
Yeah. Well, you're throwing it in the kitchen sink here. We're trying to narrow it down.
Cocaine's a dangerous drug.
Yeah. We're with you.
And the benefits are not nearly significant enough to make it worthwhile, man.
I never liked this stuff myself, but
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, of course not. The experience I heard about in great detail was that you have to hang out with frat boy Republican assholes, and then when you do the cocaine, if you got my body chemistry or body chemistry shockingly similar to mine, you get like hyper alert, and so you drink to cut the edge off, and then you achieve this like super sobriety, except it's 3:30 in the morning and you're surrounded by assholes you fear and loathe and chicks who are now all horny, and the cocaine's rendered you impotent, and why are you here and how do I get home? That
sounds about right.
That's the cocaine experience for me in a nutshell. Anyway, I mean, for some guy I heard about. Now, so we both think Jacare is going to teach Belfort a lesson, I think.
Yeah.
Another in a series. All right, so now we come to the
we just call it Youth Will Have It Say.
Yes, Youth Will Have It Say.
Which is the SSD record of the same name.
The Boston hardcore band, of course. They put out 2 good records. What was the one where they tried to go metal, though?
Oh, that was great, man. Don't tell me.
It had the road sign on it.
Yeah, they were channeling AC/DC.
You probably like the Meat Men Wore the Superbikes, too.
Huh?
Did you like Meat Men Wore the Superbikes?
I love the name of that record, but at that point, the East Coast, West Coast hardcore war had started.
I see.
And Tesco had already turned on me. And you'll like this as a model of restraint. I actually had him as a guest on Knuckle Up with the full intention of putting him on Front Street. We're like, hey, you remember that time that we had that East Coast, West Coast war and the Midwest was undecided and you sided with the East Coast, with Danzig and all those guys, only a little later turn on each other. And then that shit fell apart. And I just decided, you know what? If I get tough with this guy on the phone, he's going to get tough, and I can't choke him through the phone. So I'll wait till they're on tour and interview him up close and personal to spring it on him. And then I started thinking, man, I should just let this shit go. This is 1982.
And getting mad at Tesco.
That's not like me holding on to a grudge for that long, is it?
Of course not. And getting mad at it's like getting mad at Don Rickles, man. I mean,
yeah,
that's his entire shtick. So, all right. So now we're moving on to the heavyweight title fight. Fabricio Werdum, the champion, against Stipe Miocic, not the champion.
I've been thinking about this steadily for the past week.
I like Stipe's chances.
I do too, man. But I if there's a guy with a better fight IQ than Werdum, I don't know who it is. Werdum is like to MMA what I am to jiu-jitsu.
A cranky old guy that uses
he's using every available tool to win the fight.
Stalls his way to second place ties. Is that?
Hey man, he tricked fucking Fedor. Tricked him. I mean,
that was good. Good.
You don't think he tricked Fedor?
No, he did. He clearly tricked Fedor.
I think it was a trick. It was falling down, and Fedor goes into his guard. Stupid.
Up against the cage.
Yeah, that's a high fight IQ, man.
No, he did the one that got a punch in the face when standing.
he said it wasn't a trick. He just didn't want to get punched in the face standing.
So that too.
Are you going to pick Stipe? Are you going to pick Werdum?
Werdum.
Yeah. Okay. Why?
Right now, he's the most complete fighter.
He's the most complete fighter right now.
His confidence
and his confidence is up, and he's fighting in fucking Brazil. Stipe is like, he knows what we all know. It's like, you're getting a fucking sniff, and when are you gonna get that sniff again? Maybe never.
Yeah, so this is the time to close the deal for Stipe.
Yeah, he's been talking about it, and he is here, and I think that Werdum will lead him to believe that he's going to stand with him, and as soon as he can clinch, he's on the ground pulling him down and tapping that guy out.
Yeah, I changed my pick. I'm picking Werdum.
Yeah.
Because Verdum's actually quite a good striker, as we saw against Kane. He's long and rangy, although he doesn't fight long. He's not going to jab and keep Stipe outside. But Stipe's a boxer. He's going to have to get inside, and his wrestling's his ace in the hole. But if you wrestle Werdum, you're just going to end up losing a jiu-jitsu match. So
it's 2/3 against 1/3 as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and plus in the clinch inside, Verdum's got some nasty knees.
Yep.
And he's lanky and powerful.
Yeah, lanky and power. I was gonna say big and strong, same deal. Exactly. Exactly right. So, and if he loses, it'll be what most kids in the sport would consider an upset, and I'm cool with upsets. I hate to see my picks go down in flames, but upsets are way okay by me.
All right, well, there you have it. That's our Care or Don't Care preview for UFC 198.
And speaking of the comment that was like, a professional journalist with, look, if you have a card, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cares, 11 cares on this card if you're a Kid Nate. That's a fucking above average fight. Well,
it's also a pay-per-view you're paying $65 for on a Saturday night as opposed to a free card on Fox Sports 1 on Sunday.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's right.
So
Anyway, so there we go.
It's
down. It's now written.
It's now written. Smirk's not the only one keeping records now. So if you liked it, give us a thumbs up. Eugene, how do you give a thumbs up? Show us the other thumb. Show us the actual thumb. Where's the cast? What happened to the cast?
I only to put it on the roll, man. I want to let it breathe the rest of the time. So.
I see.
And I was in the mirror the other day shaving, and I noticed something very disturbing.
What's that?
I started to get slight cauliflower in my ears. Don't fucking like it. And I know it's one guy. It's because of one guy, Mike the cop, and I told him today, it's because of you. He goes, well, I only did it because you told me that you didn't like your ears touched. And so I figured, it's all right, man. It's okay. It just reminded me I have to massage my ears after I train.
I see.
Because of you, so.
That's what you get for rolling with cops. That's all. Not that I'm prejudiced, but.
They're good guys.
All right. So follow us on Twitter at KidNate, at Eugene S. Robinson. Yes.
He's got typhus. Now he's blowing the germs over my. See, the benefit of training here, my thumb is fucked up. Every opportunity he has, he's grabbed my thumb, squeezed it as hard as possible because it's funny.
It's fake.
He thinks it's fake. Yeah, that's why.
I think I'm suspicious. I'm suspicious of casts that come on and off at convenient times. So follow us on Twitter. Read me at bloodyelbow.com. Read Eugene at Aussie.com. You can also order his books on Amazon.
You should read that piece I have on creative, collaborative, combatives. Fighting and MMA fighting and oil painting all at the same time.
It was a classic. And how's the Oxbow GoFundMe thing going?
It's going. We're over $3,300. So, considering the record doesn't come out until November, we have, that many months to come up with the other $17,000.
All right. Well, so the string orchestra got paid on spec, I guess. So
no, they got paid. I mean, this is, like I said, this is money
out of your pocket.
This is money we've already spent. No, I don't have the money. Our guitar player paid it, and we also have an announcement today. It will be announced in the music press, but the name of the label has been chosen. The label has been chosen, and they are outing themselves as a label that is crazy enough to have Thin Black Duke, which is the name of the record, on their label, and it is a resurgent returned Hydra Head Records.
Hydra Head Records, huh?
Started by the guy from ISIS, and ISIS was a band that opened for Tool back in 2006. That was a big claim to fame, playing with Tool for the whole tour. And then the guy from ISIS started a label, kind of with help from Mike Patton from Epicac. and they have a new thing where it said we're not a general service label anymore. It's a boutique label. 4 releases a year. That's it.
I see. You know, I never did speak up, but I want to say before it's too late, it should be the stout Black Duke. I don't think thin is the right adjective. The burly Black Duke.
I'm losing weight, so I match the title.
I see. You know, boy was a toothpick.
That's why I'm up at 3 in the morning eating pie.
Eating pie.
I'm a special diet.
Yeah, the George Harrison, Mork and Mindy diet plan.
Yeah, well, hey, man, that was David Bowie too, except he was drinking milk and cocaine. Milk and cocaine, nothing but milk and cocaine.
That's charming. Well, I've got a box of Wayward cookie dough to find, so we've got to let you go, Eugene. Let's see. Did I get one book? Subscribe to the MMA Nation on iTunes. Subscribe to MMANation.com on YouTube. Don't miss a video. Zan will be back with the vivisection. We'll have If I Did It tomorrow. Looks to be an epic episode. Azealia Banks endorsed Trump. Brazil going down the toilet. All kinds of crazy going on, and we'll have it. And plus the Penn State fun.
Hey man, is that your GI Joe with a kung fu grip behind you on your right there?
It might be. I didn't clean. Didn't hide all the fun and games as well as I should have. So don't look at the blanket I left on the screen. All right. So adios, MMA aficionados. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Eugene.
All right, man.